G'day viewers, my name is Michael and welcome back to SingleRacer. And now for those of you that are my long-term subscribers, you might have heard me often mention my three so-called go-to cars, especially when I race online in Assetto Corsa. And so if these cars are available, I always pick these first. Now for my newer subscribers, they are the Ferrari 458 GT2 car, the KTM Crossbow, and all the Mazda MX-5s, but especially the Cup version. And there's a simple reason for this, and that's because although technically they might not be, but to me with my wheel, they feel almost 50-50 in handling. And what I mean by that is minimal understeer, minimal oversteer, although that KTM Crossbow can be a handful, but generally well balanced, and that's how I prefer my personal cars. But probably the more important thing is that when the car loses control, either by my own mistake or I slide it slightly sideways avoiding another car, they're totally recoverable and very neutral in the way you get them back. Now, of course, sometimes you don't, but most of the time I can get these cars back, and that's the most important thing to me. And so now let me present you with one of these types of cars. Now this is one of this week's added cars to Assetto Land. Its full name is called the Nissan Silvia S14 Flog Boss. Flog and Donkavort. Is there a theme running through this? I don't know. But anyway, it's a brilliant handling car. I mean, especially for my wheel, maybe not on a direct drive wheel, but for my wheel, this is sensational. And what surprises me is, although it's not in the title, now what I'm talking about is often the word drift will be in the title of the car mod, and usually for some reason in capital letters, but it doesn't say drift car, but I've always kind of just by the name perceived it to be that type of car. And so what astounds me most is that I can't drift to save my life. It's probably my worst technique next to F1. But this thing just handles so well and is so evenly balanced that I can throw this through any corner and drift it sideways. And now finally, just to be fair to those drifting channels like Gopherchucks, what I probably do well, and I think I do it well, is power slide. I feel that if the car lets me, I'm a good power slider, but I'm not a good drifter. And what I mean by that is drifting to the maximum. Whatever angle a proper professional drifter gets when he turns the wheel to its full rotation, I can't do that. I'm not good at transitions, as you'll see, from corner to corner, but probably my weakest thing in drifting is I can't come flying into a corner and then turn the car sideways and keep it under control. As you'll see here, I kind of tentatively come into the corner and kind of coax it into a drift. So if you can keep that in mind, please be kind in the comments, okay? And a couple of final things just before we go racing. I'm using the Modena track mod, and I'll have a link for that in the description. Now this is a straight out racetrack, technically a very short one, which is nice for if you want short races, less than 10 minutes say. But I find it's a fantastic drift track as well. It's just the way the corners are shaped. To me it seems perfect for drifting. And the second thing is I'm using the smoke mod, but it's just the default files that you put into Assetto Corsa, and to me it's not as impressive as the videos I see on the Gopherchucks channel, who's a drifting channel. So whatever he's done the tweaking, I've got to find out how to do a bit of tweaking and make the smoke look a bit more impressive. And so now I guess there's nothing more to do but to take it out on the track, and so this is Michael signing out for SingleRacer. I'll catch you next time. See you later, and let's go drifting. Okay. Hard power sliding then, alright? Okay, let's go. Okay folks, so just to give you an initial idea in VR, this car is so well balanced and so controllable that all I have to do, now admittedly I do try and do a Scandinavian flick, so a little bit to the left and then flick it to the right, and as long as I keep 3/4 throttle, it just flies through the corners. This thing is so good. So let's go for a flying lap.